Leonard Young. I'm an entrepreneur. I have a couple of different online brands, two of which are National Black Guide and Black Guide Travel.
And my name is Yolanda Walker-Young. I also am a serial entrepreneur. I have my own consulting firm as well as an online brand, The Business Babes. So travel means a lot to us. We've actually transitioned into full-time entrepreneurs without any, kind of office overhead or anything like that. So we're laptoppreneurs. We can work from anywhere in the world. And, we got married 9 months ago.
Right.
And have really transitioned to that lifestyle over the last 9 months to give us the freedom to pick up and, kind of travel and see the world. So to us, travel is freedom. It is definitely, just learning new experiences. It is bonding. It's culture. And I can say that, it's definitely a large part of our lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing, we also use travel for rewards. So if we're working towards something, we get it, we're like, okay, there'll be a trip at the end of this as well. So, travel is a great experience. For us, it's definitely things that we can look back on, like, okay, you remember we went to Jamaica, you remember we went to Bali, and just getting to see the other cultures and how other people live in different countries is invaluable.
It's really kind of varied over our lives. I know that, fresh out of college, before the whole Black travel movement came about, particularly through, like social media, and then, just us as a culture, really wanting to do that. I had a job that afforded me the opportunity to, just go and visit different places in Southeast Asia. And so, at a very young adult age, I learned a lot about just different cultures and how to interact with people that, did not necessarily look like me. Throughout college, it was really all about the Caribbean. All of us, we all want to go to Jamaica, the Bahamas, and all of these different, kind of just Caribbean countries, because they have the best beaches, the best food, and the drinks are always good.
And I'm about to say the price is right.
The price is definitely right. Now, as a married couple, we enjoy that too, but we like the cultural side of things and really understanding how other cultures live, how they make a living, how they're able to, kind of balance their lifestyle with, those economies that they're a part of.
Yep. And for myself, my travel experience is a little bit different. So growing up, I really didn't travel that much. And I probably traveled the most in college, not only domestically, but internationally. When I was in college, I went to Japan, I went to Hawaii, I went to a couple other places. And it's funny because then after I got into the real world, I probably didn't travel like for the next 10 years. And, one of the things I appreciate about this marriage is like Yolanda's a traveler. Like she's always like, when is our next trip?
Yep.
So, it just gives me a greater appreciation. And especially like when we're going places, kind of like you said, at first, everybody loves to go to the Caribbean because it's cheap, it's quick, it's easy. But, once you've kind of been there a couple times and, you really want to see some other stuff that you have not seen before. And of course, we talked about like now everybody's doing everything for Instagram. But we still want to visit a lot of places that aren't in the, the mainstream travel areas. So as far as us, like we use a lot for a reward, of course, is bonding, intimacy, all that stuff as well. But those are experiences.
For us, it's really about just being immersed in and being present. It's not so much about, kind of taking pictures and doing all of the touristy stuff, although we get into some of that too. But we generally plan, 2 to 3 days of activities, and then the rest of the time really just being and kind of soaking it up.
Right. And just piggyback though, we also talked about doing like a week, 2 weeks, maybe hopefully a month somewhere where we can really be immersed in the culture. And we can do all the tourist stuff, but we can also interact with the local culture and community as well. Yeah.
I know that's one of our goals when our children are high school age, so that they can appreciate it. But, just spending the summer in the south of France and, renting a home or, just staying a week somewhere, 2 weeks somewhere else. Yep. So we actually booked a trip to Mexico before the coronavirus really spread at the rate that it did in the US. And this was back when the president, told everyone, well, if you're less than 65 and if you don't have any pre-existing conditions or, a weak immune system, you should be okay. And so we said, okay, Mexico right now, it might have had 4 cases at the time. And so we felt pretty comfortable traveling and spending a week there. And I can say it was amazing. We got through the airport, fairly easily, probably the easiest that we've ever been able to get through security and, through all of that. And then, even at the resort, it was amazing. They had taken the proper precautions. Everyone had sanitizer. And we definitely took the appropriate precautions. Mm-hmm. But now with, the way that the virus has really just taken a toll on, our country, really all over the world, I can't say that we would, travel at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I think when we went to Mexico and we literally went right before everything was cut off. Yeah. So we got back the Saturday before the Monday that the border from Mexico to America was being closed off. So when we went, we definitely felt like some risk takers. Mm-hmm. And, I think at that time, the news as far as the virus wasn't that bad. So we felt comfortable. We took the proper precautions. But I can say while we were in the resort and, we would watch the news and we would see that, a lot of people were being affected. I think we saw Italy, them singing from the rooftops.
Right.
And, I think that's when we knew stuff was getting a little more serious. But even though at the resort, you would not know. No. People were chilling. Mm-hmm. They were drinking. They were eating. They were at the pool. They were at the beach. Yeah. But, I definitely agree coming back. We did get the perk of free parking. So basically, when we got back to the airport, and you leave economy park and you have to pay a fee, but the gates were open, so we got it for free. Yeah. But I definitely agree. Once we got back and looked at the news, everything was just getting a lot worse for millennials and older people, and just the amount of people dying. So I definitely agree. I would not be apt to travel right now. Right. But, of course, once the ban is off and things are better, I'm sure we'll be planning that next trip.
Yeah. And, as parents, too, I can't say that we would have taken our kids. Thankfully, they were with their other parents, right? So we felt okay to go. But I can't say that, that was a risk that we would have accepted and taken them. I do have friends that, still took their kids to Disney up until the point, where they kind of shut that down and still have plans for spring break, even though Disney is closed, they're not canceling their trips because they feel like it's okay. But, for us at this point, we're hunkering down. I can say though, a lot of the recipes, a lot of the foods that we have experienced during our travels, we've been cooking in the house. He definitely is going to put some lobster on the grill like we had in Jamaica. And I made, a couple of Indian dishes and some other things this week. And so, travel.